Okay. Hey everyone. Can you hear me okay? Stream has officially started. So I know this was already asked in chat, but how's everybody doing today? I'm glad everybody else is having a better day. I say everyone else because last night I was woken up by the dogs barking, and because I'm home alone, they were on edge because Mom hadn't come home at all last night because they had to, like, her and my stepdad had to go somewhere. So they were on edge and they were barking at everything last night, and I didn't get, like, I got woken up at 3 a.m., then couldn't go back to sleep until like 4 hours ago to take a quick nap. So yeah, I haven't had breakfast yet, but I'm doing okay. I ate a fruit cup, I'm drinking water, I'm good until after the stream. JMX, I also have dogs barking. I understand you. So, once again, I didn't get very many requests, but the ones I did get, I will be drawing. Hi, Mushy! Hello! Dave, you're here! And I didn't have to force you to come yet. Woof woof. You're taking a walk? That's good. By the way, if at any point my voice starts to sound weird, it's because I'm getting over a cold and it is very cold and muggy outside. So it might end up making my voice very stuffed up. JMX, anyways, I started watching Moomin with a friend of mine. Stefkin is really sassy in the 90s version. Yes, he is. I love him. I love him so much. I think he's sassy in another version. I think it might be the 70s version. I'm not sure. He might just be more hardcore in that version. Hi, kitty. Hi. Morbid Mushroom. Oh yeah, I was about to say, your voice sounds kinda deeper. Yeah, it gets like that. By the way, before I forget, like, I asked a few people on another art Discord, like, because they were talking about, like, how to make streams more, like, entertaining for some. And one thing that was suggested is that, one person, like, at the beginning of their stream goes through, fan art. And that definitely sounds like something that would be fun. While I know that you guys enjoy tormenting me, I do like going through, like, fan art that people have drawn for me, since contrary to popular belief, with how many messages have started, I know you probably get a lot of messages and fan art, but here's my stuff. Yeah, a lot of messages I get start with that. But, I actually do not get as much fan art as a lot of people seem to assume. But it's still really fun to go through it and like see how different people draw my characters and stuff. So I think that might be something I'm gonna start doing. What do you guys think? Gets ready to draw Silk. Yeah, that's actually who I'm drawing right now. Well, technically not him, I'm actually drawing his uncle. Just because I don't draw the Guardians enough, so I'm definitely drawing him and his uncle in this picture. Yep, it's Raymond. Or just Ray. JMX, I had in mind to draw Charlie. I love embarrassed chubby babies, and the latest doodle with Emmett made me jump back even if I were in the Olympics. Yeah, I like drawing embarrassed characters too, especially characters that seem extremely laid back. They're very fun to draw embarrassed and angry. And I have done both for Charlie so far. Morbid Mushroom. Long eyelashes. So pretty. Yeah, I love drawing long eyelashes. And, like, I get into small ruts where I accidentally forget that as an artist, I can, like, exaggerate as much as I want. And sometimes when I, like, am practicing realism so much that I forget that even with realism, that's still possible. Thank you, JoJo. That I forget that I can push boundaries of, like, what is considered, like, an appropriate length for eyelashes and hair. JMX, Roxy knows something about it. Her eyes are as beautiful as they are difficult for me. So good. Morbid Mushroom. Also, you said in Discord the other day that Mari's grandpa had a crush on Alpha Silk, whose name I forgot. His name is Sullivan, just because I really like the idea of his name, like his nickname being Sil, like silver or silk. Even though I already technically have a character named Sullivan, I just really like how that name rolls off the tongue. Does that mean Ritz has a crush on Silk at some point? Not exactly. I think I explained, like, a while ago. I don't think I ever went in depth on it, but, Ritz, like, even though he's not technically, like, aromantic, he's definitely still finding out how that stuff works. He doesn't, like, he doesn't quite know how romance works or feels. Everything is sort of an experiment for him. He knows that he feels strongly and positively about Silk, but he's still figuring out whether or not that can be, like, a form of, like a form of romance, since there's a bunch of different kinds, obviously. But I can't confirm that he really, like, has any romantic feelings or like that for Silk. But he has experimented with Silk to try and find out. Like, nothing too extreme, just like light touches and like kisses on the cheek and stuff like that, other than the European greeting of kissing on the cheek. So far, he hasn't really felt anything for Silk, not because he doesn't find Silk attractive, but it's still something he's figuring out. Since he hasn't had a lot of social interactions other than Silk, he hasn't had a chance to, like, figure that stuff out yet pre-game. While the alpha version of Ritz, which is Mari's grandfather, has had that opportunity, so he's more, like, he has more of, like, even though he's very in denial about it, he did in fact have a crush on Renee's uncle. He was just very in the closet about it because he's an old man. And he's very stuck in his ways. I can at least guarantee that he is not gay, but he's very in the closet about being possibly bi. Let's see, Thinmo, Dave. I walked to Burger King, then I walked back home from Burger King. JMX takes Ritz and runs away. Please be careful. He is very much a stick. If you're not careful, you will break him. Morbid Mushroom. Good for Ritz. Hope he figures himself out one day. Gives Ritz thumbs up. He will definitely have more of a chance to figure himself out after the game. Like, after the game starts and they meet more people. Since it obviously hasn't been something that I've talked about quite yet, because I haven't talked about my Homestuck stuff in a while, but I'm still doing that. That's still, like, a project I really want to get finished, at least the first act so far. But like, the Whoops story works out is that, unlike the original, the alpha kids and beta kids are, like, they're still ecto-clones, but they are in fact, like, cloned of actual people who existed outside of the game, like, outside of game purposes. So, like, they technically, like, have familial ties. They're not just related to each other like the original Ecto kids. But there is a lot to explore with those stories, so I hope it's something that you guys, like, start looking forward to. I was originally going to have it where everybody was an Ecto baby, but I thought that was a bit more limiting, and, like, as interesting as a baby from the sky is, I found it a little boring that everyone was like that. I tell you, you spend so long drawing circles for heads to, like, draw an actual kid's face and give them chubby cheeks. Melody the Bunny. Chesley, I think her name was. Oh, Thinmo, what's that one troll with cat ear-shaped horns? Her name is Cheshie, like Cheshire. And she is technically related to Nepeta, who is also very cute. They're both very adorable and I love them. By the way, like I'm still working on the gargoyles thing. Just been a bit slow going since I'm getting over being sick, so while I had a lot of energy, I have also had a lot of time to be creative within my head, which is why I'm drawing a bunch of other stuff. But after that, I will be redesigning my, I technically already redesigned them. I'm just going to refine the new designs that I came up with for my next gen kids, because I haven't drawn them I don't draw them as much as I used to, but I still love them, and I think it's time for a refresher course on their designs. So I was wondering, would you guys enjoy it if I did that as a stream or as a speed paint? Marble Mushroom, I haven't watched any of the latest episodes. Neither have I. But that's because I'm basically waiting for them to build up a little bit more so I can binge them. Because if I'm not careful about stuff like that, I will like get too obsessed with it and then completely forget what I was doing like before. Which, as you've seen, almost happened with Pokemon and my my Ecto Kids. Zombie. Yeah, I heard that the newest episode was about zombies. It's all over social media, which almost made me watch it, because the zombie episodes are obviously some of my favorites. But okay, you guys are saying stream for the whole like redesigning my next gen kids, so I will probably do that. Either that or I'll like there's one setup I've been thinking of trying, where like I do my usual recording of like art that I do, and then like instead of putting it into a video where I talk over it, that I do something similar but have it playing in the background of my stream. That way you guys can watch it like pre-recorded, since recording in real time takes a lot longer, and obviously I can't talk for the 10 hours that it takes to redesign possibly 8 characters. Yeah, fuck. Water. Jeez. Morbid Mushroom. Also, I think I'll talk about my Vaforest kids after stream in Discord, because that's been delayed longer than intended. Don't die. I will certainly try. I'm trying not to die on stream. It won't be, since my whole redesigning my next gen kids won't be for a while. I do intend to like try that setup that I just talked about with with a different video to like kind of experiment with it and see if it's like good, because there's this one picture that I am working on that is is taking a lot longer, and I know that if I try to make it into speed paint, the speed paint will like either be super super fast forwarded to the point where you guys can't even tell what's going on, or it'll still be super long, but I won't be talking on it, and it'll just be like ambience music. And I know while some people enjoy like watching stuff like that, it would still be a video that takes like a lot of time to edit. So I think for like one stream, I'll have streams where I explain, I'll explain in real time how I did certain things and let people ask questions about the picture as it's as you guys are watching the recording of it. And I don't know, that seems like something that would also be a good idea, since I do want to do like more videos where I explain things and let you guys ask questions about how I do certain stuff. But that's a bit harder to focus on when I am like just drawing stuff. Thin mode. Dizzy, who's your favorite troll in Homestuck? Oh, that's easy. That's Nepeta. See, even Mushy tried to call it before I said it. But yeah, my favorite troll is Nepeta. Melody the Bunny. I should really get out of my shell more and chat with you guys aside from whenever there's a stream. Well, you can always try doing that, like on Tumblr, if nobody had noticed. A lot of the people who follow me definitely have done that in the past, using my blog as sort of a forum to have like small friendly arguments. Oh, my nose is starting to get a little bit drippy. By the way, the other day, I was looking at 1920s fashion and like some art similar to that time, thanks to there was this one artist that used to be into the Moomins, so that's kind of how I found their art. And I don't know if it's a boy, if it's a guy or a girl, but they draw some really beautiful 1920s through, I think, possibly the early 40s style clothes, specifically what's the words? German and French versions. And the way they draw, like, some outfits, like, the whole setup of it is very pretty. So, like, while I was sick, I just spent time, like, looking at art like that to, like, entertain my brain since, I was so sick at one point that I couldn't get out of bed because, like, getting out of bed too fast kind of just just gave me headaches. So I was just staring at pretty art. And, like, it got me thinking that, like, that would definitely be something fun to draw, like, my kids in. So I think at some point I'm going to just do, like, a small series of where I draw my Ecto kids and trolls in 1920s clothes. Just because I really want an excuse to draw that. I don't have enough excuses to, like, do AUs like that because I get so, like, caught up in other stuff that while I want to draw it, it's, just not something that I'm super focused on. If you guys are curious about the artist because, like, they have, like, they've already published a book. I'm always, like, surprised when, like, I find out that an artist has, like, been formally published for something. Not because I don't think that they're good enough to do it, it's just, like, but even though I've been on the internet for a while, I'm still so used to, like, authors being people that you only see on the back of books or in commercials for some reason. Even though there are quite a few artists that are on social media who have, like, become published, and I don't know, that's just something that always amazes me. Like, it's something that's just mind-blowing to me. That's, like, something that's just possible. Then, Mo, I don't know what to comment about. Dying! Dying on stream! Oh, fuck! Marble mushroom. I remember looking at fashion for my Cuphead OCs, and the most irritating thing trying to find dresses, because every time I did, they would show me the exact same disco outfit. But now I get to look up 2010s fashion, and that's much better since I existed in that era. JMX, Mush, I understand you. I was looking for some 80s outfits for my senior OC in Ed's World and came out with fitness rompers. Yep. I've had that exact same problem when looking up, like, fashion between, like, the 50s and 60s. Take a quick guess at what dress kept popping up. It was always either that white dress with the red polka dots, or it was a black version with white polka dots. And it was always that dress in that style, or it was one of those poodle skirt ones. Like, I had to look up, like, I had to be very specific about it. I can't remember the names now because it's been a while, but yeah, for some stuff you gotta be very specific when searching it because the internet will try to take you to where you buy those kind of costumes instead. And in that case, frick that. Frick all of it. Also, nobody actually sent a Halloween version of any ask. Like, nobody asked me to draw a monster, like, draw any characters dressed up as monsters. And that makes me sad. It's freaking Halloween, and nobody asked me specifically for monster stuff. And that makes me disappointed. Like, it worked last year. I don't know, I guess this year, like, nobody cared about monster stuff. I requested a half-troll that's close to monster. Sort of. That's more of a, like, an alien thing. Do not count, like, aliens as monsters. I don't know when exactly it happened, but at some point in my life, I became very specific on, like, things that are considered monstrous and things that are just considered, like, otherworldly. I think it's when, like, I started, like, getting really into the specifics of character design and, like, basically the science behind character design. So it's just easier to put things in little boxes to explain the differences between stuff. If I go quiet for a second, it's because I'm currently scrolling through, like, my Twitter bookmarks because I really want to show you guys this artist because their art is very, very pretty, and just the way they color clothes and makes them, like, their art style isn't super detailed. It is sometimes, but their coloring style when it comes to shading and coloring in clothes, like, it's so simple, but it's so pretty. Like, it has very thick, like, heavily inspired by, like, obviously 1920s, like, art and stuff. Like, the way they would do a very simplified, drawings and stuff like that. And basically because they had to, but, like, I don't know, that whole aesthetic with, a fusing art style with a, like, that art aesthetic from that time. I always find it very interesting when people do that. Like, and when it meshes so well that it looks just that pretty, it does something to my brain. It does something to the little noodles in my brain. Do you guys ever get moments like that? Okay, and there we go. Tiny little witch silk. JMX, how do you spend Halloween? With me, it's a few pounds of candies and a list of horror movies. For me, I don't really watch a lot of horror movies. Like, all year round, I'll pretty much just listen to horror stories because I find those a lot more enjoyable. So when it comes to Halloween, I'll get my favorite candy, I get my favorite sweets. Sometimes I'll just get some ice cream that has candy in it. But either way, like, I'll always watch, like, old, not exactly scary movies, but, like, kids' version of scary movies. The whole Disney scary movies that, came out years and years ago. Like, just those, playful Disney monster movies. I just find those really enjoyable to, like, watch on the scariest night of the year, because ever since I was a kid, like, I always got a weird chill about Halloween. Like, I was always, like, I was having fun, but I was also always on edge whenever it came to being outside on Halloween, even while I was trick-or-treating. Because like, at that point, like, I was just so used to, like, my cousins or my uncles trying to scare me that I became, like, it, like, just became written into my brain to be afraid on that day. So to try and, like, keep myself from, like, worrying too much over it, I would just be watching some fun little Disney scary movies. Just for the hell of it. But yeah, that's basically what I do for Halloween. Obviously, I don't go trick-or-treating anymore, and, like, I'm not spending money to give kids candy. There are plenty of other houses to get free candy. They are not getting free candy from me. I am way too greedy for that. Any candy in this house that is bought by me is only for me. I do not want to share my candy. Oh, holy fucking shit, I finally found it. Jesus. There we go. Go check out this artist. They are very good. Okay, what was I gonna draw next? Okay, I don't remember what I was going to draw next. Morbid mushroom. Tippy taps my fingers as I think about getting a drawing tablet. I don't have much of an opinion on that because I've never tested out one of those things. But, like, make sure you read very carefully about the reviews on that stuff, because, it happens. Melody the Bunny. I now draw with my phone because my laptop broke. Oof, I know that feeling. It is very painful. You know, I wish chat, like, would let me send pictures. Just because, like, the art, like, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, See, I can't even pronounce the name. Like, there's one art piece that is very pretty, and I want to show it with you guys, but chat does not allow, like, physical pictures. So I'll just send a link to it. Like, it's super simplified. And they even say that it's an old drawing they found. Like, it's super simplified, but I don't know, just it looks so good for some reason to me. I don't know, it's one of those things that's giving my head the whole burrs. I think I'm going to, I haven't drawn Pom Pom in a while, so I'm going to draw him as a cute little clowny. Like, he's already a very cute clown, but I'm, like, because I was talking about how I just wanted to draw, like, my kids and my trolls in, like, 20s stuff, I'm going to draw him as one of those, like, have you seen those very colorful little, like, jester dolls that have the little bells attached to them? I'm not talking about the creepy ones, I'm talking about the ones that are specifically, like, very cute. I'm going to draw him as one of those. While I was sick, there was one, like, very cute AU that I thought about, like, as I was going through, like, this person's art. And that was a cute little, like, a cute little circus AU where, where Ritz and Silk goes to the circus for the first time. It's 1920 something, and Silk like ends up getting separated from his uncle, and that's where he meets a little baby Pom Pom who is starting out as a circus clown with his family. Like, it's just supposed to be one of those very cute things. Ah, geez, I haven't drawn Pom Pom's hair in a while. And that used to be one of my favorite things to draw about him, is just his very floofy hair. Also, the other day, I was actually asked why I draw Pom Pom's hair the way I do, because, like, just one part of it is very long and curly. And that's because, I thought about him being a character that cuts his own hair, and, like, he just ended up, cutting it lopsided by accident. Like, that was when it was a lot, that one part of his hair was a lot shorter in his beta design. And I kind of just liked the idea of him, like, having very, crooked hair, like, where one part was just very long for some reason. And I just thought that looked very good. Sometimes I have very deep reasons for, like, the way a character looks, and other times it's just, nah, this just looks good. Like, in some situations I can go on a 3-hour-long tangent why a character is dressed the way they do, and other times, like, something just works about a design and it doesn't need to be deep, so I'm just like, yeah, it's like that. Why? Because it looks good. Also, with this one drawing that that's currently taking forever because, it's a drawing that's having, not exactly a very complicated, but definitely a more detailed background than what I usually put in my drawings. I'm trying to change that because I do want to have like more interesting backgrounds. But well, one thing about it is like I always find it really fun when I can shove a lot of subtext and parallels into one drawing. And I find that very easy to do with my Whoops kids because of the whole like dynamic of the alpha kids and the beta kids. Or in this case, it's more like the two parallels of salvation. There's biblical salvation that can be taken very many different ways depending on who you ask. And with this one drawing, I'm just shoving so much parallel and so much subtext into it. And like, I don't know. The 20s, like the whole 20s aesthetic that I'm going for, it seems to just be perfect for it for some reason. I think it just gives it like a more modern but whimsical vibe. I don't know how to explain it. I need to, like I haven't posted the pictures yet because I keep forgetting to, but I had finally finished this one commission where I was doing different outfits for this person's OC, and one of them was very clown-like, and it was very cute, and I really loved how it turned out. I loved how all of them turned out because they were so different from each other, but still had a similar aesthetic that just fitted the character. And it almost made me, like, Mushy's probably going to be sad about this, but it almost made me, like, draw, like, just practice a bunch of different, like, clown-like aesthetics for different characters. Because, like, there's so many different ways to, like, draw something. Like, even for something that seems, like, I'm not gonna say mundane because clowns are anything but mundane. But, I don't know how to explain it. I don't know the word. If anybody can think of the word, then go ahead and put it in chat. But, like, something that has, like, I guess a signature look within media. A very specific look that usually is gone for, like, either the rainbow wig or the big red wig, the big red nose, stuff like that. But if you look up references, like, if you're a bit more specific, like I guess, like pastel clown aesthetic or stuff like that, like, there's so much, like, it always amazes me when I find out all these different ways that something can be drawn, like, yeah, like the cliches of something. Like, there's the cliche clown that's, like, made fun of in a lot of media, or is used in horror in a lot of media for, like, the whole killer clowns of outer space thing. Yeah, cliches can be good or bad. Like, well, I'm just saying, like, I always find it amazing that, like, I get so used to the way something is portrayed that when I actually bother to look into it, like, to find, like, different versions of it, sort of like I did with, like like, I knew that there was more than the regular circus clowns. I definitely grew up in houses that had those cute little, like, jester dolls that I really liked. But I don't know, it was just, it's just something that's fun to just randomly look up every once in a while because it helps expand, like, what you can do with a theme, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can look up a princess theme and get the ways, but if you look deep enough, you can find some very interesting concepts that are definitely in media a lot more. Like the whole warrior princess, the warrior queen aesthetic, stuff like that. Those are definitely more popular in a lot of medias than like the cute little jester clowns. But there's one like Korean like manhwa comic that has like, I guess you could say that it's more of a casual street clown look. There's one character that like he liked making people laugh. He liked doing his whole clown bit, but his ghost version like wasn't like decked out in clown, like in the stereotypical clown clothes. Like, it had a mix of Korean street fashion with like some clowny aesthetics, is what I'm trying to say, is what his look was. And like, whenever I look at designs like that, I always wonder like what was going through this person's head as they were designing this. Like, what were the references that they looked up, stuff like that. Like, for here, with this little drawing of Pom Pom, it's very like, like, the outfit is, well, yeah, Pom Pom has always been, but I've, like, as I was saying about, like, that clown ghost person from the manhwa I was just talking about, I had always tried to give, like, Pom Pom that similar aesthetic where, like, he was in regular street clothes, but he had, like, little clowny bits. But because I haven't like, clowns have never been a big focus on me, even when I was really into Homestuck when I was younger. Like, I don't hate his design. I do love the way Pom Pom currently looks. I just feel like there's more I could have done with his whole clown aesthetic. And I think it's because, like, one reason I didn't look into it more is because I was, like, Pom Pom's whole thing is that he's trying to break away from the clown church. Because of the way that his class spec works, and the fact that he was tricked into having a very bad trip when he was younger, it traumatized him a little bit and made him like, it disconnected him from, like, the hive mind that purple trolls seem to have. So I think I was focused so much on trying to get him to break away from that without completely changing the whole idea of what he was, that I didn't really look too much into, like just that whole, like, street clothes and clowny aesthetic that I was talking about. Again, I don't hate his design, I just think that, like, I just always felt like there was more I could have done. So I think that, like, that could still be something that ties into his story where he, like, nope, where he just learns to, like, where he becomes a bit more comfortable with his whole clown thing. Like, he's so busy trying to break away from the clown church that he like, is forcing himself to dress less like a clown than he actually would if he was more comfortable with himself. If that makes sense. It's very similar to how, I've been trying to mesh Max's whole thing in. Like, his earlier designs were very feminine just because I really loved the whole femboy aesthetic. But, like, I focused so hard on that I didn't really feel, like, as organic to, like, the struggles that Max was having with becoming more comfortable in his skin as a trans kid. So that's just one of the things that, like, I've learned to, like, look into a bit more when it comes to character designs. But I don't know, like, I just went on a whole tangent about this, but I'm just saying it's fun to look up, like, different kinds of topics, and it's amazing what kind of, like, either character designs or, like, in general, like genre of clothing that you can find just by looking up different kinds of topics. Because up until, like, I think it was 2 years ago, I found out about something called decoraki, which I guess has, like, always been a thing, like, in a lot of, like, just in a lot of stuff that I've seen on social media and stuff, but I never knew actually had a name for it. And that's where, decoraki is that very decorative, like, look you see sometimes that you'll see, like, some people just in this very, like, at first it seems very messy, but it's very decorative. There's a lot of bips and bobbles to somebody's clothes and makeup, and just, like, it's just something that works. But yeah, here's Pom Pom as a cute little clowny. How does he look? I'm getting a lot better at ruffles. And it has been an hour, and I've only drawn 2 things. But, as you guys can probably guess, I am currently dying a bit, because this cough is just getting worse. So, as much as I would like to continue this design, not this design, but continue the stream, you can both hold him. You can both hold the cute little clowny. But, because I am dying, I think it's a good idea that I rest up because my throat is trying to strangle me. Okay. But, with all that said, watch out for the monsters under the bed, and thank you guys so much for joining me for this stream that I honestly wish could have gone on longer, but thanks to this cold, I have to stop now. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful Halloween, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!